Hello and welcome to your weekly technical update, your guide to the charts that matter this week. I'm Andrew Gagan. Well, the Australian share market has again made recent record highs. Jason McIntosh from Motion Trader highlights a bullish outlook on the ASX 200, identifying any pullbacks as potential buying opportunities.
What I want to focus on here is what's been happening since the December low. So what we've got a series of strong rallies, and then these rallies have been separated by several short but sharp sell-offs. And you can see those three arrows which I have just beneath the recent price action. The most recent selling was due to the possibility of tariffs. And before that it was Chinese AI, and before that it was concern about interest rates. But look at what's happened after each of the sell-offs. The dip's quickly been bought and prices have moved to new highs. And I think that's telling us a couple of really important things. So firstly, there's an element of nervousness amongst a lot of investors. It doesn't appear to be a complacent environment. I think that's a positive thing. The other point to note is that there's an underlying interest in buying the market on pullbacks. And so I think that the dominant theme really has been about buying the dips. It's not selling the rallies, and that's bullish. I think the key structure here remains the moving averages. So I've got the 50 and the 100-day moving averages on this chart. And for most of the past year, the ASX 200 has been above those moving averages. So that's a structure that we associate with bull markets. And I think that while this condition is present, then trying to pick tops it really is a losing game. When prices are making new highs, when prices are above rising moving averages, the odds favour that there's more highs to come.
Meanwhile, earnings season continues with the largest listed company, the Commonwealth Bank, reporting last week. Michael Gable from Fem1 Equity says he's been watching for breakouts.
What I've circled there on the charts are just a classic upside break. So, CBA since November has been building this very clear resistance line near $160, and we could see that any time it was sold off, it was bought back up pretty quickly, and leading into the result last week, we did get a bit of a breakout. It followed through on the back of the result. It is down a little bit today, but I think as long as it's holding, in the 160s, that's a buying opportunity. So I think a lot of, not just investors, but fund managers who should know better get very confused that CBA is going up because it's expensive, but it's, as you mentioned, Andrew, it's the biggest stock on the market. So people are not just buying it because they think there's value there or they like the dividend. It's clearly also being bought by ETFs and funds that are trying to track the index to some extent. They just have to buy it. So as long as the market's going up, CBA will go up with it. So I think it's actually a buying opportunity on any weakness.
Wow. Well, gold buying amidst heightened geopolitical tension has pushed the bullion price to new records. The local gold producers have been beneficiaries, among them Northern Star. Here's Michael Gable's analysis of the stock.
Had a bit of an upside movement in the past week. Maybe it's a little bit extended, and you'd expect a bit of a consolidation here, but I'd be using that as a buying opportunity. There's clearly still an uptrend in the gold price, and in the case of Northern Star, we've seen a couple of breakouts occur over the past several days. So, about a week and a half ago, it broke above that diagonal trend line there, and then in the past few days, as I've circled, it's broken to a new high for the year. So, look, I think the shares are down about 3% now. Yes, they'll consolidate around these levels, but I just think that's an opportunity. It's a consolidation within a longer term uptrend. So another breakout worth buying.
And that's it for this week's edition of the Charts to Watch. Join us for more technical talk next week. Happy trading.